welcome to Audiotree Live. It is Monday, November 6, 2017, and we are very excited to have with us in the studio today, Louise. Take it away whenever you're ready.
I get so mad when I look at you on the internet, and I'm haunted by the awful things you said. I get so mad when I think about your happiness, mad enough to push me out of a city that I swore I would never grow to resent.
Watching Audiotree Live with Julia Louise. Welcome, everybody. Julia, Lucas, David, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you guys feeling?
Great.
Good. I'm so glad. And I'm glad we could start this off with a good Wayne's World reference. I didn't really execute it very well, and I'm sorry. Next time. But
it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, I think so. So before we get into stuff, I just want to know, everybody, are you more Garth or more Wayne?
I'm going to say I'm more Garth for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely more Wayne.
More Wayne?
David's 100% Wayne.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah. David?
I think I'm inside Garth, outside Wayne.
Okay.
I was Wayne for Halloween.
Really?
You had such a better answer than me.
Yeah, that's a really good answer. Did you have a Wayne to your Garth, or you were Wayne, right?
Yeah.
Okay, was there a Garth to your Wayne?
I tried to find one, but nobody was also accidentally just Garth.
Oh, dang. But yeah, I feel like everyone's like it's the kind of thing where people like want to be Wayne, but everyone's mostly Garth. Yeah. But
Or I'm like Garth's dog, I think.
nice. That's awesome.
Looks like Garth, talks less.
I think I might be that too. I don't know. So Julia, I'm very interested in like knowing how you got started, when you started playing music, what your origin story is.
Well, I started because in Hebrew school, you could take like electives, and guitar was one of them. My sister was taking it, and I was really jealous because I was too young, so I stole her guitar and would just play it at home all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But if we're talking like more recently, in Richmond, I started playing in a rock band with a couple of my friends because I always
Nice.
wanted to be in a band,
Yeah.
and the rest is history.
Yeah. So in Hebrew school, you were allowed to play. It wasn't just like brass instrument or string instrument. You could like, well, I suppose guitar is a string instrument, but like, you could play guitar.
Yeah, it
Nice.
was the only one you could pick was guitar. Like, it was just like, it wasn't general music. It was like guitar or like prayer or whatever.
And you were like, I'm gonna go with guitar.
Yeah, I was like, that's cooler.
Yeah. So are you originally from Richmond?
I'm from Washington, D.C. originally,
Okay.
but I moved to Richmond when I turned 18.
Oh, okay. For school or just for
Just
living?
because, yeah, it was cheaper than D.C.
Yeah. Like everywhere is cheaper than
Yeah.
DC.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and Lucas and David, you both are from DC as well.
Correct.
Currently living there?
Yep.
How do you like it?
I like it. I actually live in Maryland, right outside DC.
Oh, okay. What town?
College Park.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I went to school in Virginia, so I have a bunch of friends who live up there or live in like the DC area.
Okay.
The DMV.
Cool.
Some would say, it's whatever. And yeah, I visit there a few times, and I love it, but it's also like a weird mix of worlds. I feel
Yeah.
like. How do you guys like the music scene there in DC?
I'm pretty surprised by it. I mean, I lived in New York before I moved to DC about 3 years ago. And
Yeah.
of course, New York music's like all night, every night. And
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder what the difference is going to be like moving to DC. But it's almost like a better small community, and there's much more reason to go see stuff you normally wouldn't see in New York. Like, New York's one of those places where you go for the hour the band's playing and don't
Yeah.
see any other band. And everyone in DC seems to go out to shows and be more invested. And I've probably written more music in DC than I did in New York. So
Yeah.
I like it. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be kind of stale, but it wasn't at all.
Yeah. I feel like DC is definitely a place where it's like you don't get overwhelmed probably because like you said it's smaller pool to take from.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier to sort of get out of the city mentality if you want like a day of park, tree, get out of the whole deal.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what it's called, but there's that one area in DC that's just like completely like you could forget that you're in the city. I don't know. I'm not describing it well, but it's really pretty.
for me, that's just my apartment.
That sounds great. So you live in Chicago now, Julia, right?
I do, yeah. I just moved here a few months ago.
How are you liking it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm ready to be here forever.
Really?
So, yeah,
Hell
for
yeah.
sure.
Nice. So you've moved a few times though. How has the transition been from DC to Chicago?
It's super different. It's a lot bigger of a city than I've ever lived in, so it's been a little
Yeah.
difficult navigating and stuff. But otherwise, there's just so much support and so much music, and like
Yeah.
it makes me want to do it more.
Yeah, for sure.
Inspiration.
Yeah. Would you say the drivers are better in DC or Chicago?
Oh my God. Bad all over.
Really?
I think on par
Yeah.
in DC because like it's supposed to be like it was designed to be like Paris or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
to begin with. So everyone's just driving in circles and trying not to hit each other, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It always feels like it's so aggressive there, and I'm like, whoa, guys,
Yeah.
please.
It's spooky.
For sure. And David and Julia, you guys are in a band together, right?
Yeah, we also live together.
We
Oh my-
live together, yes.
Nice. You guys spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, it's great.
It's,
We rock
yeah,
a lot.
good. Actually, a coworker and I were just talking about like if you live with your bandmate and then you're like touring and then you're hanging out and then you're living together. Is that like too much time?
No.
You guys have like spaces like a code word where you're just like I just need to be alone.
Well,
I think we have like a pretty good, I don't know, understanding like when
Yeah.
the other person just like needs a little bit.
Yeah,
But
that's good. That's
Never enough time together.
That's an
yeah.
ideal roommate scenario. Like to just be able to like read each other's minds.
As a
Right.
casual observer, I watched them be roommates for the first time ever last night, and the sort of silent understanding of who's leaving the room, coming back in. No one's sort of like waiting, like, "Hey, you want to have coffee, man? You want to have tea?" It's like everyone does their own thing, and then when it happens, it seems to be super organic and nice. And then I was like, "Wow, this is a really, really well-oiled living machine." Like no one's like, "I'm going to bed. Is that cool? You done with this?" That, yeah.
we sleep, we rock. you know.
Nice. Perfect. All right, well, if you want to go to the next song. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please don't show me back to my room. Don't make me lay down to sleep soon. And the child within me begins to scream. While the present day version accepts defeat. Rusty nails circling this bed. Nightmares wait for me to lay my head. I'll constantly dread hearing that knock on my door. And yet I will hear it again once more. I'll hear it again once more. I'll jump out the window, don't care if it means I'm done
This is Audiotree Live with Julia Louise. So Julia, I am really interested in you have 2 releases out right now. You have an
Yeah.
EP, Insatiable, and your debut record, which are like LP, which
Right.
came out a few weeks ago. Love Jail. So there's a pretty big like sonic difference between the two. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So could you like talk about your approaches to the 2 different releases?
Well, the first one I started back when I lived in Richmond and before I had any band members. And I was just thinking, okay, like I'll try to do my own thing without a band and see what happens. We did
Yeah.
the programmed drums and stuff and like tried to do that. And then I was like, well, I really like playing with a band a lot more.
Yeah.
So I want to like reach out to people and see if I can get some people together and write something new and cool.
Yeah.
And that's when Lucas and I started talking and decided to make music together and work on the next record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the first record, was it just you on everything?
It was just me. I had some programming help from, his name is Andreas Magnusson. I think
Whoa.
I'm saying, it's a really long last name. I think it's
That's a great name.
Swedish, I think.
Yeah.
But he lives in Richmond. He's worked on a bunch of cool shit. He does mostly metal records,
Sick.
but so he knew his stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, he helped me with some of that.
Cool.
You keep hiring dudes from metal bands.
Huh?
You keep hiring dudes from metal bands.
I know, I love it.
The next record will just be metal. Yeah. So how did you guys start playing together?
Well, it was,
Yes.
Julie and I started playing, and it was working really well. And David and I play in a band called United Nations together.
Cool.
And I respect David's musicianship probably more than almost anyone.
Thanks,
and
man.
Yeah, of course, dude. And so it just made sense when she wanted to do stuff with other people to hit up David and see whether he was free, and he was, and he wanted to do it, and we got together at our little place in College Park, and I think we had one practice, and she was like, yeah, let's record a record.
That's awesome.
And then she moved to Nashville, and David and I started working on the rest of her record, and then got there, and that's how it all happened.
Nice. It all turned out really well.
Yeah,
Record's
really
great.
fortuitous.
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, well, let's roll into the next two whenever you're ready.
Yeah, sure.
Images of sickness flood my brain, seep down my throat. Fevered dreams corroding the things that keep me afloat. And I'll wait on you to go. And I'll wait on you to go. Aching are these muscles every day you try your call. The harder that I push you, oh, the louder you scream stop. And I'll wait on you to go. Yeah, I'll wait on you to go. Every woman that I know is sinking down below, drowning for your kiss. You're keeping me sick. Every friend that I once had calls you when they're all upset about relationships. You're keeping me sick. And I'm begging, come home early, all alone and scared. Doubling over on a mattress, drunk and unprepared. So I'll wait on you to go. Yeah, I'll wait on you to go. Every woman that I know is sinking down below, drowning for your kiss. You're keeping me sick. Every friend that I once had calls you when they're all upset. Too tired to throw a fit. You're keeping me sick. Tripping through your colorful mind. After leaving, both my shoes untied. This t-shirt is too large to be mine. Hey, would you mind taking care of me? pain, words to never be spoken again. Watch my skin melt purple and blue, feel an instant infatuation for you. That was a really funny joke. Are we gonna go back now? Gonna go back now, alright. That was a really funny joke. Are we gonna go back now? Gonna go back now. Winter branches, fractal to no end, puzzle pieces arrange in my head. There's a garden blooming purple and blue. Baby, let me share these flowers with you. That was a really funny joke. Are we gonna go back now? Gonna go back now, alright. That was a really funny joke. Are we gonna go back now? Gonna go back now. Gonna go back now. Gonna go back now.
You're watching Audiotree Live with Julia Louise. And before we go into the last song, you guys can tune up and take a drink of water and all those things. And I will tell everyone that you can get Julia Louise's debut LP. It is out now. Love Jail. It is out now on No Sleep Records. And she is on social media platforms, probably all of them. I know all of them. And so you can see when she's coming to your city. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
This is lovely.
Gonna
Yeah. This has been Audiotree Live with Julia Louise. Get her record, Love Jail. It is out now. And I want to thank the camera and lighting crew for making it look beautiful, the audio engineers for making it sound beautiful, Julia Louise, band, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to support us in the band, you can download the session when it comes out in a few weeks. And yeah, thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, just one of these. Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody.